Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host, Yeukai Ketchadori.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to another very special episode. And with me is Eleonor Amora. Now, Eleonor is an incredible lady all the way from Sweden and specializes in helping business owners like you and me tell or share your story in the most compelling way that leads to more clients, exposure, and getting more opportunities. In fact, today we're going to discover how you can use your stories to craft your own way to success. Eleonor is very passionate about helping you share your wounds in creating the reality that you always wanted in an authentic way. Eleonor, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I love speaking about this, so I love that we're going to go deep into this subject.
Yes. Eleonor, very quickly, I know we will cover a lot of ground, but for those who haven't come across your work, would you just give us a very brief snapshot of how you ended up doing what you're doing
today? The reason why I ended up doing this is actually because I knew that I wanted to save the world. I wanted to change the world.
Yes.
And the reason why is because I had a very, very strong mother. That's one of the reasons. And she was one of the women that were in the forefront of the women movement when I grew up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have also had my history in the past. I had a burnout for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I had a very bad relationship with the men that I was married to. So I tried to commit suicide during that relationship. And during that, I died. I stopped breathing.
Wow.
And I came back to life, and I came back with knowing that this is what I need to do. This is how I want to change the world. And this is how I want to find all these amazing people that I want to empower to really, really understand their worth in this, because I can't change the world alone. We have to do it together. Yeah. So that is my passion in this.
Yes. What I love about you, you've gone on to write 5 different books that are geared to helping other people deal with a similar situation like your past. And you've been at it as an entrepreneur for the last 14 years, which qualifies you to help other business owners who are perhaps starting out in their journey. Eleonor, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the wounds that you had, as a direct result of the relationship that you had. Talk to us about that for a moment.
Well, if I look upon that relationship, it was, of course, something that could have totally broken me. I still remember when I was crying and crying and crying. I was sitting on the lawn outside of our house, and he sat down next to me and said with a smile, "I didn't know that it would be this easy to break you."
Wow.
Yeah. And that is something that I never forget. And what I teach people in this is, it's so important to understand our worth. It's so important to learn how to control your energy field. Because I've been working for a longer time than 14 years. It's almost 30 years since I started working as a healing practitioner, but I've been working full time in my business for 14 years.
Okay.
So what it's all about is to control your field, control your energy field, so that you will not be that easy victim to narcissists.
Yeah.
So
when you mention, that somebody said, I didn't know it is that easy to break you. My heart goes out to you and to anyone who's experiencing that, because it is such a terrible thing. I cannot even fathom why anyone would want to do that to anybody. And if you're there listening to this and you are in a place where you are finding yourself struggling, get help. There is no need for you to remain in that place. And if we can help you, you can always reach out to us and we can find a way to help you. There's no need for that. And I'm glad we've got evidence that you can come out of a relationship like that and pursue your dream and, contribute to this beautiful life. Eleonor, sorry, I interrupted you there for a moment, but I'm passionate about people living to their fullest. And when I hear stories like, your experience there, I just want to deal with it. Let's not allow that to happen, especially in this day and age. Eleonor, tell us, how did you decide to move from that relationship to where you are right now? What had to happen?
I think, first of all, I realized that if I weren't going to leave him, I would be dead. That's what happened. I had to run out in the forest with my little son. He was 3 years old, and I had to carry him and run out in the forest. Otherwise, he would have killed me. Wow. That's what happened. That's But what also, why it happened was because when I started getting stronger, he started getting more dangerous. And that is also my mission when it comes to the field, the controlling the field, because this all is connected. When you control the energy field, you control your boundaries. Right. When you control your boundaries, it's easier to say no. And that is what is needed in this. You have to be able to start to say no. And that is when you start putting yourself first. And when you're starting to putting yourself first, you can achieve anything in your whole life. So this is all connected, of course. The work I did with my field, with my mindset, with my thoughts, because this could have broken me, as he said. Yes. It created a severe depression. It created all of these thoughts, the negative cycles that I actually believed in when he said I wasn't worthy to live. I was a bad mom. I was a bad wife. He was telling me you're fat and ugly and you should just climb back under the rock you came from. No. All kinds of things. But the thing is that when I started, I know it can sound weird if you're not into the energy thing, but just as we have a physical body, we have energy bodies. And if we can't control the field, first of all, you are going to be a very easy target to a narcissist because he can get into your system. You get entangled with the narcissist and you can't really get him out of your life. That's what's happening. Mm-hmm. So I had my history as a practitioner in energy work to also help me out of this, of course, when I started realizing this. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been harder, I think.
It probably will be without the help, without taking action. A lot of people will end up staying in that environment. But what I like about you, Eleonor, and for those who are listening, and this is a great quality to observe, is what we are seeing here. Eleonor, you identified that you were in a needy position, but you did not stay there. You started looking for ways to get yourself out of that. And I know you're listening there that you're going to do exactly the same thing, because if Eleonor can do that, you too will be able to do that as well. Eleonor, let's talk about how you've gone on to use that story to help other people. Let's understand what others are going through and helping them to overcome that.
Yeah. And that is also what we spoke about earlier, being authentic.
Yes.
Because when you own your history, I mean, this could so easily be something that I would be ashamed of, both when it came to him actually almost breaking me. Because when I spoke to friends from the past, they told me, oh my God, I never thought this would happen to you. Because I'm the typical, strong woman with strong opinions and everything. They never thought it could happen to me.
Mm.
But the thing with narcissists is that it's not like they are like saying it on the first date.
No.
It's coming, it is creeping. How do you say it? It's
Slowly.
it's slowly getting into the relationship. So this is so important to speak about, and that is why that is one of my passions, to really bring it forth, to really talk about it. I'm not going to be ashamed anymore, because I remember for such a long time that he still controlled me when I had the shame in this. So this is why I am speaking about it in anywhere I can, anywhere people want to listen to this, because I am owning my story.
Yes.
I am using this wound to tell people about who I am, because there are so many entrepreneurs in the world, so many people there, and there are experts. And if we are just going to have the expert hat, we are going to get lost in the middle of everyone else.
We do.
Yeah. So, but by using your history, sharing who you are with people, with your clients, with everyone, you're going to be so much easier to see, to find, and to get a feeling from that. Is this really the person you want to work with? Because that is also, since this is my history, since I'm sharing it, they can also see how I have worked my way through it.
Yes.
What kind of tools am I working with? And since I am working as a coach also, I am helping women like this, for example. It's not something that I just learned, on a school somewhere. I know, I have lived through it.
Yeah.
I know the tools that works.
Yes. What I love about what you've just touched on there, Eleanor, if I may add a little bit, is today there's a lot of experts everywhere. And for instance, I'm on Clubhouse right now, and when you go around in different rooms, you see that there are people that are ahead, and there are some people who are just getting started. And it can be very confusing to choose who to work with. And the ones that tends to have a lot of clients or ideal clients are the ones, like you've rightly pointed out, that they're authentic. And being authentic includes sharing some parts of your life that may not be so pretty to look at. But they make up who you are, because you are who you are today, which is a sum up of what you've gone through. So I love that you share that with our audience today, and you're giving our audience the permission to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to share a little bit about those mishaps in their lives. Tell us some of the results, Elena, that you have experienced as a direct result of sharing your story.
There are so many people that have reached out to me after I shared this. And I have shared many stories from my life, of course, in different books. And I know that they told me this have changed their lives.
Yes.
There are women that have written to me and said that now I understand that I can actually survive this, that I can actually come through this, that I can create a new life.
Yes.
So I think this is such an to be an example, to lead by example.
Yes.
For me, that is essential.
It is amazing. Be an inspiration to somebody. I always believe that if they can do it, it means I can do it too. Whatever struggle, whatever pain they've experienced, you give somebody hope. And we honor you for that, Eleanor, for doing that for the rest of the world. And for you, if you're listening, and perhaps you're wondering and say, well, it's all right for Eleanor to do that. Perhaps she had support, she had all sorts of things, and you're trying to think you can't do that yourself. Well, I'm here to say you can do that as well. You have what it takes to be all that you want to be. And when you do that, when you step out in faith, it's amazing what will happen. Eleanor, one of the things that I know you do very well is to share from your wounds, as in, really to use your wound story to touch other people's lives. How do you do that? Because business owners have got their stories, but not all of them do. They know how to tell their story in such a way that other people will buy in. How do you do that?
Yeah. I think that as long as you are being honest, because this is something that I am teaching my authors as well.
Yes.
I am teaching them to start talking about it, to start talking about the struggles. I mean, even if it's a struggle to share your wound, write about it. Write about that struggle. Be honest about that. It's terrifying to share your wounds.
Oh, it is
right? Yeah. So you don't have to go into the deep one right away. You don't have to show everyone everything, but just share different parts of this. And now we have so much like social media and such. Share it there, post it there. You don't have to go doing a book to start with it. You can start sharing small parts of your life. Share parts from your childhood. Share why you chose the life path that you have chosen, because we all choose. Everything is a choice. And I think, for example, one of my authors, she was so scared. She said, what if my story isn't good enough? What if I can't write about it? And I just told her that if you are honest about this, if you are sharing your life, your people aren't going to be focused upon if you got the word correct, if the grammar is correct, or they are going to focus and feel if you are honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. People sense that.
They do. Yeah. And you will also get the feeling, when you are in that flow, when you are honest, when you are authentic, you're feeling that. And that comes through everywhere. It comes through in interviews like this. It comes through in books. So I just think that if you get into that feeling, you can meditate, you can do anything. Just get in touch with that feeling and speak about it.
Yes, yeah. Help me also uncover this part. I remember when I started sharing my story on social media, I received a backlash and ridicule. If I did not have any support, I probably would have said, I'm not going to share anything about my life again because I'm not prepared for, the bullies, the trolls, people who just negative. Have you experienced something like this?
Yes, I have. But I have experienced much more support.
Yes.
Because there will always be someone that says something because you are triggering the wound in them.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, because it's a mirror. That is a typical mirror. You're triggering something in them because you're raw, you're real, you're authentic. You are standing there in your truth. And it's always triggering someone. And that is also the reason why I'm so passionate about my multi-author books, because then you have a tribe.
Yes.
You're not doing it alone. You have the tribe of your fellow authors who are actually going to be there and supporting you. And if you get a troll on social media that's going to say anything negative, they are going to have to run because the other authors are going to be there and support you to get you through that. And I think there's still so few of the trolls. and so many of us that appreciates the authenticity in this.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Listening to you there, I can see clearly how you've managed to carry on doing what you do today. And if I could summarize that for you, if you're listening, really get in the company of other people who are supporting you. You will achieve almost anything that you want to do that. And know that...
And can I just...
Yeah, sure.
It's also so important because when I was in that relationship with that man that was so abusive, he spread lies about me everywhere. And when I realized I could never control what other people thought about me.
Yes.
When you get into that, and you also get into the knowing that I know what happens. I know what happened. I know my story. That is what matters. That is everything, all that matters. And that is also why I tell people to share that story. Because then there's actually your stories out there. And then you can just let go of everything else regarding it. Because you have shared it.
Yeah. Your story changes life. It touches somebody and it attracts clients to you. And especially if you are a coach, you are a consultant, you help other people in some way or the other. People want to know you struggle with perhaps what they're struggling with. They want to know if you understand their pain, their agony, their silent dissatisfaction with life. And if you can be vulnerable and share those things, it truly is amazing how quickly you can connect with your clients and you can help them big time.
Yes. You're so right about that.
Yes.
That's essential, I think.
Yeah. And, you and I know that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And one way to quickly get into, have all those three things is by being authentic, by being real, and people will like you. And not cover up, Of course, you can't go around telling everybody in a way that degrade you, but you certainly can share aspects of your story and the lessons you learn from there and how others can apply that in their lives, which is amazing.
Yes. And it's also important to know that it's okay if everyone doesn't love you.
Yes.
Because you are going to attract just the persons, the clients, the tribe that are loving everything about you. And the ones and the ones that aren't, well, move on. Find a coach that you love. Find someone that you really want to have communications with, that you trust. Everyone doesn't have to go to me, and I'm okay with that.
Amazing. Absolutely. It's a different way to look at it. As we're coming toward the end of our time here, Eleonor, I want to talk to you as a business owner, not as a consultant, not as a coach, but as a business owner who is building a business. What are some of the challenges you've had to face during this difficult time?
I think that this difficult time actually made me realize what I really wanted to focus on, and that I really needed to focus on my brand. Because if you aren't really 100% authentic, you are going to lose in such a time that this has been. So what I really needed to do, I needed to focus upon my brand. I needed to focus upon what I really wanted to do, what my passion was.
Yes.
And that everything that wasn't my passion, I had to let go of. Follow the passion, follow the dream, and to really be aware of my, the key words in everything that I stand for, because I am interested in so many things, and I've been working with so many things as an entrepreneur in the past. And by this, I had to choose, and I had to find the common theme in everything, and to really use that as because this is also about energies. It's also about frequencies. And if I am completely and 100% myself in my business, then it won't matter if something happens out there in the world, because you're still going to shine through. Your frequency, it's going to be visible anyway. So what actually during this pandemic, my business has multiplied because I am 100% myself.
Yeah.
And I think that is when you are in that frequency, when you are knowing that this is 100% myself, this is my passion, this is my focus. I'm not a light bulb, I'm not a light bulb anymore. I'm not spreading my energies everywhere. I am really focusing like a laser beam, like a laser sword. And then you can achieve anything. And that is what happens during such struggling times as this. So I think that we need to realize that what happens around us, it's almost as what I realized during the relationship. When you find that inner core, that inner value, that frequency that is 100% yourself, then nothing else matters around that, what happens here. Anything can happen there around the world, or because you are still going to be here and people are still going to find you because you are true to yourself, you're true to your work, you're true to anything. And that is my belief in this.
I love it. You see, listening to you make me think of what I heard from one of the guests, that you are stronger than you know. You can do more than you think you can, because you are more than this flesh we see. There's more to you than what we can see with our physical eyes. And if you can tune in to that which you really are, whatever happens in the world, you'll be able to deal with it, because what is in you is greater than that which is in the world. It's stronger and is wiser. It's, will guide you through the path. And I'm glad that you shared that with us here today. Now, for those who want to carry on learning from you, where can they find you?
They can find me on my website, eleonoramora.com. And from there, they can find all my different projects, from books to coaching to my tribe to anything they want to know about me, or send me an email. I'm on social media as well, if they search for Eleonor Amora.
Yes. And what we'll do, we'll put the links below this audio recording so that you can go straight to Eleanor's website or reach out to her directly on social media on that. Final thought as we close around sharing your story authentically to attract your ideal clients.
If they are really going with their passion, if they are in that feeling in that passion, if they are sharing their words, their thoughts, their beliefs, if they are in the feeling, the ideal clients will find them.
Awesome.
Yes. And that they are also going to, you don't have to be for everyone. The exact right client is going to find you. And to know that, yeah.
Elena, this is so true. Even looking at my own life, I can see exactly what you have said there. It's a confirmation, indeed. I appreciate that. Amazing. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know how to attract an ideal client for you, what we've been talking about is the secret to doing that faster. If you want to learn more, you can reach out to Elena on her website and be able to reach out for one-to-one. I know you do one-to-one coaching as well, Elena, right?
Yes, I do. I do one-to-one and I do group coaching as well. So they can find me and find whatever they would like to do.
Yes, and as we always say, whatever you're facing, somebody has already faced it before. And they figure out a way out. So reach out. Reaching out is a proof of humility. It means that somebody knows something that you don't know. and you're willing to receive an instruction. So we believe that you can reach out, get a coach, get some assistant, or just find somebody who can help you. We are here to help you. We believe that the best is yet to come, and you too can live your ideal life. You can reach your goals and be everything that you want to be. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't joined me on Clubhouse, you want to be there because amazing things are happening. And in fact, tonight I'll be talking about podcasting. If you want to know how we do podcasting in our podcasting network, there you will love that there. And until then, have a great day, and always know we appreciate you. Take care and goodbye for now.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yeukai.businessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.